Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my version of a witch Halloween makeup look, which again requires no money, just use everything that you have in your collection. We all have the stuff that I used, if not the exact same things, then very similar. So no money required, easy makeup. And yeah, I want to apologize for mumbling in this video. When I get creative, I kind of tend to mumble and whisper. There are certain parts that you might not hear that well because of me, and that's totally my fault, so I'm sorry about that. But if you wanna see how I got this, then let's get started. So I am going to start by covering my eyebrows. So for that I'm gonna use a bar of soap, spoolie, and just do what I did in my last Phoenix video and just brush it out like you would if you were to do your eyebrows on a regular basis as well. But I just feel like this is a little better than putting glue in your brows. That's just my opinion. So I'm gonna do that and just let it dry. So I'm dragging the eyebrows up, making sure that they are stuck to my skin. And then with my finger, I'm just gonna pat it to make sure that they do stick. And now that my eyebrows are dry, I'm going to cover them with the Lancome Camouflage Corrector, and that's in Peach. So I feel like that's gonna help me get rid of the darkness in my eyebrows because I do have very dark eyebrows. So this is kind of like an experiment, but let's hope that it works. So I'm going to take some on my fingers and just put on my eyebrows. Okay, so that actually worked better than I anticipated, so I'm very happy about that. So I'm just going to do the same thing to the other brow. I figured that a corrector instead of a concealer or foundation might actually do better, since it's meant to correct, like Peach is meant to correct like purple and blue tones, and eyebrows are black, so kind of, yeah. I mean, you can still see the hair, but once everything is done, I feel like, so I look very attractive right now. So I have never actually done this before, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but what I think I should do now is set the eyebrows. So I'm just gonna take the CoverGirl translucent powder with a Real Techniques beauty sponge and pick up quite a lot of it and just set the brow. Okay, I don't think they're going anywhere. Nope. Oh my god, this is working. But now the question is the foundation gonna go on it? So we'll see, I hope so. So now I'm just gonna dust off the excess powder from around the brow. And apply foundation all over my face. And for that I'm using the Palace one I got, and let me see which one that is. I have the Maybelline Matte and Poreless Foundation in 120. That's the Palace one I could find, and I'm just going to apply it on my face like I would every day. Except that on the eyebrow portion, I am now going to use the sponge. I'm going to use a brush. I feel like it's going to help not smudge it so much. So we'll see. That's definitely way too much. Okay. I'm just gonna take the e.l.f. I think this foundation brush, maybe, I forgot the name, and just stipple it on. Yep, perfect. This is actually work. I didn't think that would work, to be honest with you, but it is. Okay, awesome. So now for the rest, I'm just going to go with the sponge like I would every other day and do my entire face. So it's only like 4 o'clock, but the sun seems like it's going down, so I turn on some lights. I don't know if that's gonna help it or make it worse, so but we'll see. We're just gonna go with it. So for my under eye concealer, I'm going with the NYX HD Studio Concealer in 02, and that's the lightest I believe I have. So I'm just going to apply it under my eyes. Kind of want the face to be pale. I don't know why, but that's kind of what I envisioned. And again, with the beauty sponge, I'm just going to blend it all out. And down my nose as well to cover that stupid red dot that I have. Going to let that set in a little bit before I blend it out, because I want to go for that extremely slim nose. But in the meantime, I'm going to set the concealer with the same CoverGirl translucent powder. Now that my under eyes are set, I'm going to blend out the tip of the nose. And set it with the same powder. Now before I set the rest of my face, I wanted to use the Maybelline Master Strobing Light Liquid Highlight in the color Light on my cheekbones, but I wanted to obviously do that before I set in, so I'm gonna put that on top of the powder. This is very like pink. Yep, the more the better. And I'm bringing that all the way up to my hair. Just like that, and we're glowing. Now to set the liquid highlight, I'm going with the Wet n Wild Precious Petals highlight with a fan brush. Just to intensify it, because it's Halloween and I never do it every day, and I really want to, but it would look stupid. So I just want to be glowing. Because, yeah, I just want to be extra. Now, I am aware that there's like, you know, distinctive lines. This is not blended out, but this is why I wanted to do that highlight first, so that I can work on kind of making everything cohesive and all that. So the highlight is done. I need to make the eyebrows more the color of my face, so I'm going with this light shade right here from the Physicians Formula Matte Contour Palette, and I'm going to set my eyebrows with that, because the orange still peeks through, which at the end of the day is not a big of a deal, but I want to reduce that a little bit. It just looks and feels so weird to look like this. I'm just gonna have to create that eyebrow in a second, because I don't know if I can do this. This looks weird. I just feel really weird right now. Almost alien-like. So now I'm going to set my entire face, again using the CoverGirl translucent powder, going with the sponge, just beat my entire face, make sure it lasts. The only thing I'm not going to set is the highlight. So now I'm going to create my eyebrow, and for that I use the Physicians Formula eyeliner in black, and I'm going to go right above my actual eyebrow and just start and really close together, and just to do like a really high arch. So I started with the hair, and then I just drew like lines. I've never actually drew my eyebrows on before, so this was a first for me. I didn't really know what to do, but I did want to do like a really high evilish brow. And then extra like concealer and stuff will be coming off, so just wipe it off on your arm. And do it with a light hand, and then we'll set it in with the black powder. Now I'm going to go to the Lorac Pro palette and using the black shade or any shade that you have and a angled brush, I'm going to set the eyebrow in. Now I'm not going to do what I would do if I was really drawing on an eyebrow. I'm just going to kind of like stipple it on to not move any of the product. And the fact that there is no glue on the eyebrow, there is soap, it kind of creates this like soap boogers, so the less strokes you do, the less boogers you'll get. So that's why I'm just doing the stipple motion. So I've never actually drew my eyebrow on before. This is a first for me. Definitely not something that I would do on a dailish. It's hard. I don't know how like women have patience. Oops. I'm just happy that I'm fortunate enough to have my own eyebrows that I can just quickly, you know, brush through product and call it a day, because this is freaking intense. I honestly was gonna do the brows like after I contour my face, but it just feels so weird without eyebrows. So since I had no idea how to really mimic the hair strokes in the front, I kind of just decided to do the typical blocks just for easier factor, but if you know how, go for it. And yes, you can still see my actual eyebrows, but that's okay. I don't care. It's Halloween. Not a pro. This is supposed to be fun at the end of the day. Okay, so the eyebrows are done. Oh, very weird. Very weird. So now I'm just going to start contouring my face. So to contour and chisel out my cheek and kind of change my bone structure, I'm going back with the Physicians Formula contour palette in light to medium. And with that medium gray shade and a foundation brush, I'm going to create new cheekbones. And I kind of want to bring it down like here, you know, like I've seen people do it and it looks pretty cool. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't really know what brush I should be using for this. I'm going with this one, but I might have to change. I feel like this isn't like dark enough. Or is it just me? With this light, it's kind of hard to see. That's why I'm looking this way. I have a mirror right here too. And I want to see. Now I see that it's actually working. And now with an angle brush that's a little bit more fluffy, I'm going to pick up some more product and just work it on here to create that more hollow look. Now going with the smudger brush and the same color, I'm going to contour my nose. Very, very slim. So right where that concealer ended, where I highlighted, I'm going to put the highlight in to create the very, very slim, witchy-like nose. I don't know if witches have slim noses, but I kind of just, that's my vision for today. So that's what I'm rolling with, and I'm bringing it to my fake eyebrow. And now with a fluffier brush, I'm picking up the same color and going down the side of the nose to kind of blend this in to make it more realistic, even though, you know, I can't really make that realistic, but I'm gonna try. I feel like the nose is a little crooked, but... or crooked. I always say crooked. It for the nose. And now I am going to like chisel out the cheekbones and the hairline and everything else a little bit more. And for that I'm switching to the brown Radiance, no, the black Radiance pressed powder in Honey Amber. This is what I use on a regular as my bronzer. So I'm going to do the same thing today, and I am putting that on my forehead, and I'm going to chisel out the cheekbones a bit more. But for the cheekbones, I'm using a smaller brush, like an angle brush, just to define this a bit more. I'm going to take it down the neck as well, just, you know, make it more natural looking as much as you can. I also want to bring down the highlight down my nose, so that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm going to grab a smaller brush. I'm going to grab this small brush and go back into the Wet n Wild highlight and just go down my nose and make it all shimmery. Okay, and just a little bit on the tip. For the actual bronzer, so this is like, you know, the contour of the face, whatever, but for the actual bronzer, I want to go with the Physicians Formula Bronze Booster in light to medium, and this has a little bit of glitter, so that's kind of perfect for what I'm going for. And with that, I'm just gonna go on my cheeks. I'm not gonna define anything, just put it like where I would put the blush or the bronzer, so on the cheeks. And now I'm gonna start, you know, slowly reducing that crazy highlight and blending it in, if I can, but that's the goal. I still want to be a sexy witch. That's the goal. And also, whatever is left over on that little brush that we used for the sides, I'm going to go down next to my temple to make that a little bit more hollow looking, to make the cheekbones stand out even more. Then I'm just going to pick up a little bit more of that gray shade that I used first. Oops. That gray shade right here, just to make this a little bit more hollow. I feel like we could do that, just because why not? It's gonna make the cheekbones even pop more. See? And I'm gonna leave my face like that for now, because I'm not sure if I want to do the blush or not, but we'll see. So moving on to the eyes, my inspo for this entire look, the entire reason why I wanted to do this look, are two pencils. This is the CoverGirl pencil, the Liquiline Blast in, I have no idea, but it's really pretty blue. And then the second one is Marc Jacobs in, I don't know. Again, I don't know, I'm sorry, but it's again this, oops, this really light, pretty blue, and I kind of want to incorporate that on my lower lash line. So I also wanted to, I don't know why, but I felt like I needed to do purple and blue. I don't just like, I would never do that, but so my inspo for that was the two colors right here, Plum from the Lorac Pro 2 palette and Navy from the Lorac Pro 2. So the Plum, I was thinking of doing it like more, sorry, shirt is falling. The Plum, I was thinking more of like doing the crease and then go with the blue under my eyes. So I think I'm just gonna go with it. I mean, I had a, you know, I kind of really want to do that. I don't know why, but this is like something that I want to do. So I also just got this e.l.f. Matte for Matte eyeshadow palette, and it looks like this. Very pretty. So I'm going to go with that purple shade that they have right here with a larger blending brush, this one and this color right here, and just pop that in my new crease. So my new crease is going to be my actual eyebrow right here. So I'm gonna run that color along that side. Okay, so I just switched to the Lorac palette for the plum color because I felt like the e.l.f. isn't as pigmented enough as I want it to be for the Halloween look. And I also switched to the more dense fluffy brush, and I'm running that along my eyebrows and like the new fake crease and down here a little bit. Now to highlight under my fake brow, I'm gonna go with the color Beige from the Lorac Pro palette and just use the same brush that I used to highlight down the bridge of my nose and just highlight that fake arch that I made. Okay. I also want to apologize for mumbling. When I get creative, I tend to kind of like lower my voice more and then kind of mumble, and then you cannot hear me, and I'm aware of that. I'm trying to work on it, but it's not easy. I'm kind of just doing things as I go again, even though I said that I wouldn't do that anymore, but I am doing that again. So yeah, bear with me. So now for that look, I really wanted to go with like a heavy liner look, and I have the e.l.f. black liner, and I am going to do eyeliner look, but way thicker, way heavier, way everything more than I normally would. I'm gonna be working probably with like 2 or 3 eyeliner brushes just to kind of hurry the process up. Last year I went to work just as a hiker, and I used this weird shaped brush to kind of like make it work, but I want to do it precise. So since this is the fake crease that I just did, I'm going to start the liner probably here and just go up and do like a really sharp wing and fill everything else in with it. So that's the goal. We'll see how it goes. So again, taking the black liner from e.l.f. and an e.l.f. eyeliner brush, I'm going to start stenciling that all out. I'm trying to not stretch my skin as much as I possibly can. That way when I have the eye open, the wing has the same shape. Okay, so this is gonna be the wing. I'm just connected to the eye right here. Now that the entire outline is pretty much all set, this all is going to be filled with the liner, so that's going to be fun. Okay, so let's start to fill it in with the liner. It's going to be a little bit of a pain, but that's why this brush is going to be really useful, and I will show you how right now. So I'm just going to dip it to the liner. And now I have to set that eyeliner, so I'm gonna go back to the black from the Lorac Pro palette, a flat brush, and I'm going to start setting the liner in. It's gonna make it darker and last all night. And then at the edges, I'm going to just use like a angle brush to make sure that I don't go over the lines or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm gonna work on the other eye and I will be right back. Like an hour later, it takes a little bit to do this damn thing, but now for where the inspiration came from. So I'm gonna go first with the Marc Jacobs pencil and do it only in the inner corner and bring it in a little bit, like you can see, like a third in. And form it and bring it to the eye and make sure I do it in between the lashes as well to cover everything with blue. And now going with the CoverGirl pencil with the cobalt blue, I'm gonna go from the end of the eye in and put it in the waterline as well, and again wiggle in between the eyelashes to cover everything in blue. We're getting there. And now for my mascara, I'm using the L'Oreal Lash Paradise mascara. And I'm just going to coat the top lashes. I'm going to leave the bottoms as is to make sure that it doesn't hide the blue that I just did. I'm going to go with the color Snow from the Lorac Pro palette, the white one. And just do it in the inner corner and kind of bring it up a little bit to make it brighter. So I never do lashes, I'm a no lash person, but I felt like this look needed lashes, so I did the Salon Perfect Demi Wispies. For some people that's an everyday lash, for me it's not everyday lash, so I think I'm happy with just having that. I think that's plenty. So now I'm going to move down to the lips. I don't think I'm gonna do blush. I think that would be a little bit too much. I'm happy where this is going. So I'm going to line my lips. First, I'm gonna get the foundation off with the black liner from Physicians Formula. Now, if you have a black lip liner, then go for it, but I do not. So I'm gonna use the black lip liner and I'm going to overline the top a little bit and make it more pointy. So I cannot line my lips straight if you fucking paid me at this point. This liner isn't exactly the best for lining lips. So if I was to ever wear this look to a party, I would have to invest in a black liner. But this isn't the only color that I wanted to do. I wanted to top it off with the Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lip in 45 Vivid Violet. And yes, my lips are not straight, but I can't deal with this right now. I'm gonna go batshit crazy if I continue. I'm gonna wash my hands real quick. I'm gonna put on my outfit, do my hair, and I'll be right back. And this is the final result. I paired it with a black lace long sleeve shirt that I got from Dillard's. I kind of like messy, put my hair like really messy and straight and down. I would pair it with black pants and maybe like black stilettos and call it a day. I kind of like the minimalistic Halloween looks. I don't want to go overboard. I never do, so that's kind of what I would stick to. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.